Good morning, girlies. The TV on, my kids was watching Sesame Street. So on today's agenda, we'll be doing a shopping Target haul, story time, and a mukbang. So I think today is gonna be a pretty good day. I wouldn't miss it if I was you. So also the story time is pretty just know that I'm gonna be very honest today, and all the things that I'm talking about today are like a year old, so I feel like I'm over it. So it's time to talk about it. All right, y'all go ahead and get y'all running shoes. We're gonna get ready to go to Target. Yes, we are walking to Target, so grab your shoes, get your water bottles, and anything, your inhalers, anything else you need, because we gotta go. We're not gonna walk back though. But get your shoes. Let's go. All right, you guys, so here we go. I'm off. So I am halfway there, kind of halfway there. But baby, I'm tired. Shit. We made it. We made it. We made it. So I'm coming in here to get some hair oil and just to find some stuff, like if I find some clothes for the kids or whatever. I'm just making it home and my Walmart delivery, and this is what I got from Target. So let's go ahead and go inside. Y'all, welcome back. So we did our run this morning with the Target, and now we're back with a mukbang. And these are my noodles, so I'm doing noodles. I'm actually doing the 2-time spicy noodle. Let's see. Okay. So I didn't pour the stuff into the noodles yet, because I was like, I wanted to wait on y'all, wait on my girlies and my guys to do it. This shit look hot. It looks spicy, and I did two little cups of the sauce. I don't want to miss a drop. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I licked my finger a little bit and this stuff is like super hot. Anyway, so these are the flakes that they put in. I don't really know what they're supposed to be doing, but these flakes. And today we do have a story time. So if you follow me on Instagram, you already know what it's about. All right. Alright, so let's say our grace and get into it. Heavenly Father, I thank you for the food that I'm about to receive, for the nourishment of my body, in Jesus' name. Amen. Alright. That's super hot. It's not bad though. It's not like real bad. But it's hot. It's definitely hot. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. I should have made me something else to go along with this. I can't. Y'all, a quick update. I had to put me a pizza in the oven, okay? Because that stuff was hot. Alright, y'all, I am back, okay? I couldn't do those noodles. I'm not gonna lie to you, baby. Them noodles had me in a chokehold, child. Who? This wasn't no challenge. This was a mukbang, story time. So it's not delivery, it's DiGiorno. Alright. Anyway, so I got my pizza and I also have a margarita because why not? This is a blood orange pomegranate margarita by Flying Embers. And it's my first time trying it. It was 10% alcohol. My mama gave it to me, so I was like, why not? Alright. It's the margarita right here. I got this cup for my job. I guess it's like a little margarita cup, like on the go type, beachy type thing to keep your drink cold, but it's so cute. So that's different, but I mean, right. So story time is about me and my children's father. We broke up around this time last year, actually. I say July 18th. So before I get started, I have my ranch and I got some water and I got some Takis and some hot sauce over there just in case y'all want a snack. So I'm just go ahead and get into it. So before I get started with this mukbang, whatever, I just want to say that I do not intend to hurt anybody with this video. This is not to slander anybody's name or make anybody feel any type of way. If he sees this video, it's all love. I hope. If he don't like me, it is what it is. I don't care. If his girlfriend sees this video, yeah. Anyway, let's get into the video. Alright, so I had just had Carter. He was born on June 15th, 2022. Now, a lot of the stuff happened before Carter was born, but it really went down when Carter was born, okay? So, anyway, so June 5th, June 14th, I started having contractions. I went to the hospital June 15th, early, like probably around 8 o'clock in the morning. They kept me, of course, and that was the day they told me they was going to go ahead and keep me because I was going to have a baby. Whatever. So, I called him, I called my mama, I called him, I called his mama, I called everybody. This boy was not answering the phone, like, at all. He did not answer the phone at all. So I'm like, what's going on? Like, so now I'm blowing his phone up. The doctor had already told me that he's about to do the surgery I had a C-section. So he was going to do the surgery at 5 o'clock. Y'all, so I'm calling him, blowing his phone up. I know he didn't go to work because he missed work because I told him that the hospital is going to keep me. I told him that. Now, he was answering the phone for a while, but then I guess like an hour or two later, he just stopped answering his phone. So, I got on napkins. I'm calling his mama, my mama, everybody to call him, to get in touch with him, to tell him to come to the hospital. And the hospital is right down the street from my house. So, we finally got into it. She finally called me. So I'm telling him like, hey, I'm about to get ready to have a baby soon. Are you gonna come to the hospital? Like, are you coming? Y'all, this boy was mad at me for no reason. Like, he acted like I did something to him. Like, he was just mad. Like, he was pissed the fuck off at me. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this boy? Like, why is he acting like this? This is a special day. Why is he so upset? Right? So I decided to just be cool about the whole situation. So I'm like, this is a joyous day for me. I don't want nobody ruining that for me. So I'm going to go ahead and be the bigger person. So about like right before they sent me to the back, because I had stayed in the ER for a while, just until they find me a room. That's when he came. Like, y'all, that was a while. So he finally came, right? So the whole time he did not talk to me. Like, he was so mad, and I was like, what the fuck? What is wrong with this boy? Like, why is he so upset with me? Like, what did I have to keep in mind, I haven't seen him all day because I've been in the hospital all day. So I'm like, why is he so upset? Like, can y'all answer that? Why was he so upset? We waited for a while, for like at least 4 hours in the little waiting room before they sent me to the back to get my surgery or whatever. He talked to me a little bit, but it wasn't like, you know, like on no peaceful stuff. It was just like he was just trying to pass time. So okay, so they sent me to, so I had the baby. He could not come in the surgery room in the OR with me because they put me to sleep. So now we in the hospital room, y'all, and this boy did not, like, he barely helped. Like, the first baby with Chase, he helped me a lot. Like, he was very helpful, like, you know, very patient. Even though he was cheating on me then with some girl on some game. That's another story. He still helped me more than he did with Carter. I don't want to say, I'm trying to make sure I don't say his name, even though y'all probably already know his name. But he did not help me with Carter as much as he did with Chase. And I was like, wow, like, I'm taken aback. Like, I cannot believe that this boy is actually treating me like I'm just some whore he hooked up with, and now she's having my baby. Like, I was like, and when I tell y'all, he slept more than I slept in the hospital. I kid you not, this boy slept more than I slept. And I said, okay, and I'm just taking notes in my mind, y'all. I'm like, okay. And I was just like, you know, okay, bet. Y'all, we go home, we get Chase, and we home. We got the new baby at the house. And the atmosphere was very tense. It was very uneasy in the house. It was very cold. I say that. It was a cold atmosphere. He had been he started sleeping in the living room, like, just out the blue, just started sleeping in the living room on the floor. And me and Chase slept in the bed in the room. And it continued even when the baby came. So it was just weird. It was very weird that he was sleeping in the living room when me and his, children were in the room. So I was doing therapy at the time, so that helped me some to cope with how he was acting, but it didn't really help a lot. So like, before he was coming home late, but now I had 2 kids, and like I said, I had a C-section. I had a toddler. Well, he was definitely a toddler at the time. So I had Chase and Carter. Carter was a newborn baby, and Chase was a baby who needed attention as well. This boy was not coming home when he got off work. This man was not, like, helping me when he came home. Like, it was just very, like, it was horrible. And I could, like, barely move. I could barely, get around or whatever. So, yeah. He stopped coming home. Oh, my legs. He stopped coming home. He stopped, like, he would come home, like, super late. And like I'm talking about like 3 o'clock in the morning. One time he came home like 3 o'clock in the morning. Now I know nothing is open at 3 o'clock in the morning except 7-Eleven and Legs. So, boy, are you crazy? Like, you leave me at home with a newborn, and my mama was keeping Chase sometimes, but still, I had a C-section. I'm so limited to the things that I can do. And, yeah, so one day, he decided not to come home, but I was at my wit's end. I was done. I was over it. He decided not to come home. He got off work at 6 o'clock, and he did not come home. And I told him, I said, if you do not get to this house at the allotted time that I had given him, I was going to mess the house up. And I stood by my word. So, he did not come home in the allotted time that I gave him. And all hell broke loose. All hell broke loose. I took his clothes. Wait, first I took a knife and I slashed the couches. Allegedly. Because if the police watching this, I'm playing. I'm lying. It's just for entertainment. And I took his clothes and I put them in the tub. Everything that was hanging up, everything I could find that was his clothing, I took it in the tub. And I didn't want to bleach his clothes. I know he had no money like that to go buy new clothes. I just ran water all through his clothes, all over the clothes. I saturated the clothes in water because I didn't want to bleach his clothes. I was going to pull Angela Bassett, but I was like, girl, don't go to jail. You just had a baby. So I just did what any other black woman with limited options would do. And I just ran water all over him. So he came home like right around the time that I told him to come home. And baby, when I tell you he was pissed. So I had locked the door so that he couldn't come in. After I told the boy to come home. Now that was I messed up. After I told the boy to come home, I locked the door so that he couldn't come in the house. Now he on the phone with somebody. So I'm like, who the fuck is he on the phone with? Cause I know he on the phone with this girl. Cause he had, I'm going too far. A couple of nights before that, he had told me he came home late, like super late again. It was like probably one of those 12 o'clock nights, 12 o'clock in the morning. And he told me, he said yes. All those, because some girl had texted me and she was like, hey, this is such and such, and I'm such and such friend, and I just wanted to know if you and such are dating, because if you're not, I want such and such to be together because they've been talking for such and such time, and I want them to, stop playing with each other because I don't want my friend to get hurt. She my friend, and she, she can be a little gullible, and she can be. And I'm like, and we on the phone. Me and this girl talking on the phone. Now we started texting it. Right, it was on Instagram, so we started messaging each other. Then I said, call me, baby. So I'm like, baby, I can't be bothered with these text messages. This too much for my mind. So I'm like, just call me. I gave her my number, and I told her to call me. So she called me, and she was just telling me how her friend was gullible. Baby, first of all, I'm not telling nobody my friend gullible. Baby, my friend is the best bitch that he ever met. Like, let me tell it. And she was just going on and on talking about how her friend is a hoe and how her friend. And I'm like, what kind of friend is this bitch? Because you can't be no friend of mine talking like that. So anyway, she was just telling me about their little relationship, how long they had been talking. She was giving me all the tea. And I was like, okay. So when this mother come home, it's on and popping. On and popping. So he got off work, came home late as usual, and I was like, so what is these text messages of this little girl that's calling me and texting me, telling me about a relationship that you in at work? He was like, everything I said was true, everything that you saw, everything she told you, all the stuff that she said. And he was talking as if it was not a big deal, and it was a big deal because you just been caught cheating. So he's saying it as if it's not a problem. So he's like, everything I said, I did it. Yeah, I said it. I'm honestly just sick of this relationship. Can you please just go? Can you call your mama and tell her to come get you? And I'm like, I'm not calling my mama at 11 o'clock at night to tell her to come get me. Like, and the kids. Are you crazy? So he was like, well, I'll call y'all an Uber. What if I just paid your ticket to go to Mississippi and you ain't got no money. Like, you ain't got no money. How you gonna give me some money to go to Mississippi on a plane? You could barely call you an Uber or a Lyft to get to work. How you? He on the phone with his mama. I'm on the phone with my mama, and we all talking. We all like trying to figure it out. Like, the parents trying to figure out what's going on. He trying to get me out the house, and I'm just trying to get my kids in bed for the night. So I'm like, this is crazy. So he said he found him a new girlfriend, and he was in love with her. He was in love with her, and he wanted to be with her, and he wanted me to leave. And I said, Jesus, child, this baby here. Do he not know I'm not leaving? I said, you have to call the police to get me at this house. My kid is 11 o'clock, almost 12 o'clock in the morning. I'm not getting my kids out the house this late. So we get to tussle a little bit. And I'm like, no, I'm not getting out the house. I'm not going to really go into detail about the fight because there's too much. I don't want to go back into that. But we got into a little scuffle, and he didn't put me out that night. It's not the night that we left. So let's go back to the tub situation with the clothes, because now I got the backstory. I put the clothes in the tub. He came home, and I locked the door. He could not get in. So now he on the phone he said he was on the phone with his mama, and I think he was. So he on the phone with his mama, and then she called me. And she's like, Kiara, let him in the house. How you gonna tell him to come home? And then I'm like, girl. So I unlocked the door, and now he's walking. He left, like he walked away. And now I'm like mad. I'm like, I can't believe he left. And I just told him to come to the house after I locked the door. I'm telling y'all, postpartum, hey, because I don't think I had it with Shanks and not Carter. It was, I told him, I said, you need to come back. Well, I'm trying to talk to you, and you walking away from me. You finna piss me off. You finna piss me off, right? So I'm walking after him, and I'm pushing him, and I'm all this stuff, whatever. So he jumped at me or whatever, and I'm like, woo. Like, I'm showing out. Like, I'm really showing my ass. Now, the whole time, I'm on the phone with my homegirl. She stayed right down the street. And she hear everything that's happening. And I'm telling her, and I'm like, girl, I'm going to have to leave because he left. I'm going after him. I'm hitting him and stuff. And I got my AirPods in, and she hearing everything. She's like, here, let's go in the house. Go get the boys. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'm walking. He walking behind me. Now, I think at some point he grabbed my phone. I had 2 phones at the time. And he tried to, like, throw them because I think he hit me or pushed me or something. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to call the police. So I'm like trying to call the police, and like he like, what do you call it? Snatched my phone and like tried to throw it. I'm like, bitch, if you throw my phone, baby, if you throw my motherfucking phone, I know your ass ain't got no money to buy. Now, this next part, I always tell people it remind me of Charles and Helen when Charles tried to pull Helen he did. When he pulled her out the house, he was dragging her, because that's literally what happened, right? So he dragging me, because I'm in the living room, so he dragging me out the living room. And this, okay, so he got me at the house, which I was fine with, because I'm like, I'm tired of fighting. I literally just had a baby, like, recently. And you doing all this. And this was July 17th or something like that. And, like, you doing all this for no reason. This is so uncalled for. All for a Mexican. So, I'm fighting him. He pushing me out. I'm pushing myself back in because I'm not leaving. Okay? Not without my kids. But I'll be a streetwalker with them. Well, you ain't gonna keep them. So I'm like, give me my boys. So he throws Chase out the house. And he throws the baby at me. So I get back in the house, and I'm like, I gotta pack a bag. So we fighting and tussling again, y'all. This was the big fight, the big day. And anyway, I get back in the house, and I get my bags. I put the baby in the car seat. I grab Chase's car seat, and I call my homie. Like I said, I'm gonna follow my girl, and she like, okay, I'm coming to get you. I'm taking you to your mama's house. So she comes to get us. So I wake up the next day. I get my kids together. I'm at my mom's house. Like, I'm here now, and I get myself together. And I'm calling my homegirl. I'm like, hey, I need to get the rest of our clothes from old dude's house. Like, can you come scoop me up, me and the kids, and take us all over there? She came and got me. So she came and got me. She picked up me and the boys, and we went back to HEYYYYY's to get the stuff. Now, before she came, I'm calling him and I'm telling him, like, hey, I need some clothes. The boys, all about one outfit that was just for the next day. You know, can I come to the house? Because he put me out, and I was like, okay, well, I don't want to just invade nobody's space. So he told me that he was at work. So I said, okay, well, while he at work, I just go ahead. I ain't even eating this pizza. So, anyway, so she picked me up. We go over there because I'm like, he at work. So, whatever. So we're not gonna be in the same vicinity because it was so bad last night. If I see him, it ain't no word. It's straight action. So I was like, okay, he at work. I ain't have to worry about it. So we get to HEYYYYY's. I walk in the house. I get to the apartment complex. I go in the house, and the first room I go to is the living room. I didn't even think to go in the room. The room door was closed. So, I take my shoes off and I put them on the counter. I remember this like it was yesterday. I would insert some videos and pictures, but the girl is in the videos. I don't want her to see me. So, I'm gonna leave her out. So, like I said, I take my shoes off. I put them on the counter. And I'm kind of just standing there because I'm like, he put our stuff up. It looked like nobody lived there. It looked like he was finna move or something. So without like not even knowing, he packed up all of me and my kids' stuff, and that was very hurtful because I was like, damn, like I've been gone for less than 12 hours, and you already got me and the kids' stuff packed up as if we had never even, like, we just spent the night. You just put our stuff and took out on the wall. So I'm like, damn, like this nigga really heartless. He comes busting out the bedroom, and I'm like, this is what I've been waiting on right here, because I won't finna go back there. And he comes and he what are you doing here? What are you doing here? And I'm like, oh, you back there fucking, okay. Whoever's back there has 3 seconds to come to the front room. Like, you got 3, 2, 1 to come up here, baby girl or baby boy, because I had suspicions about his ass. So she comes running to the front room, y'all, with her little fat ass. Came running up there, looking stuff. She ain't kind of run, she kind of like sprinted to the front. And I'm like, oh my God, this girl? No way. no way. So we used to work at Home Depot, right? Me, her, and him, we all worked together at the DFC in Dallas. And me and this girl used to like talk sometimes. Like we used to, like I want to say friends, but I knew her well enough. Like she knew me and him was together. And I was like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe this. So I'm like pissed. Like I'm like pissed out. Like you can see the steam coming from my head. Like you can see it. So he like, baby, don't worry about it, baby. She's like telling me to leave the house and stuff. He like telling her, like bagging her up, like got his hand in front of her, like, baby, it's okay, she ain't gonna do nothing, I'm gonna protect you type shit. So I'm like, baby. Baby. So she kept saying, I'm just gonna leave, I'm just gonna go ahead and go. I'm like, yeah, leave. And he was like, nah, baby, don't leave. And I'm like, tell this girl that you got kids. He was like, I don't have kids, I only have Chase. Now he was telling everybody at work that he only had one child and he was suspicious about him, so really he ain't got no kids. He's telling them that my kids are not his kids. Anyway, he had been telling everybody, like I said, telling everybody at work that he does not have kids. My cousin was working there at the time with them, and he would always report and just tell me the type of stuff that he was doing at work. The type of stuff that he was saying, like, paying for people's nails and paying people's hair and their toes and just, playing cat daddy. He holding her back and he like, baby, no. So he yelling at me, telling me to leave. And I'm like, I'm not going anywhere until you tell this girl the truth. This girl was like maybe 19 or 20 years old. This man is 25 years old. He was manipulating this girl, and I feel so bad for her, but at the same time, you already knew. So like, it was like, I really couldn't, like, I was torn. I was like, I really don't want this girl to be with him because I know I don't like men like this. But at the same time, she's against me. She don't like me. So I can't really help her. So I'm like, whatever. So like me and this boy going back and forth. So I'm like, so you don't have kids. So you don't have kids. So you don't have kids. So you don't got kids. So you don't got kids. So you don't got kids. And he's like, no, I don't have kids. I don't have kids. I only have Chase. And like he was looking with a straight face. Like I'm like, this man has a mental, and that's when I knew that something was wrong with him. And that's when I immediately felt bad for his mama. I was like, he lied about so much stuff. I don't even believe his name is what it is. Like I truly, something is wrong. Like it's a mental illness. Like I'm like, bro, like this boy cannot sit here and he's believing himself. And I'm like, oh my God, like this is crazy. So, I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'm like, you need to get up out of here. And I'm like, you need to get your ass up out of here, bitch. Cause if I gotta tell you again, it's going down. And a lot of people ask me why I didn't like hit her, why I didn't beat her ass, why I didn't do. When you have kids, some stuff you just can't do. Now, I knew if I had to hit her, she was the type of lame-ass girl that would have called the police on me. And he knew where my mama stayed. I'm not playing with my kids like that. I don't play with my kids like that. So, she can have... Actually, they're not even together no more. So, from what I hear. So, I'm like, if me beating her, I would have still been in jail. And they're not even together. So, it was just pointless. So... Oh no, I'm sorry. I called the police because he kept hitting me, and I did not want him to keep touching me. And I'm like, bro, like I'm not gonna keep having you like hit me. He hit me and pushing me and all this stuff. And I'm like, I came in peace. You came out your room acting like a madman, and I just came in to get my clothes. And anyway, so I was really upset because the police was on his side, and only because his name was on. And I tell y'all, when I tell y'all, I was livid. So anyway, I grab my stuff, I get the stuff, you know, and they making me get all my stuff. Now keep in mind, my kids in the back seat, and it's her car, so her stuff, you know, people have stuff in their car. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to leave this, I'm gonna have to leave that. I only have to take the important stuff. And it hurt my heart because I'm like, he put the baby bassinet, like all this stuff is just boxed up, like put up. And I'm like, so as the police are, they helping him take stuff out the house, they putting all the stuff on the patio, and I'm not on the patio, on the little, you know, walkway. And I'm like wow, like this is really happening to me. And I truly felt like this was the end of me. Like I truly felt like I could not go on because like this was actually happening. And it wasn't me that I was so upset for. It was for my kids because this was Chase's comfort place. Like, so you putting Chase and Carter out of their home, and you putting them in a position where they are going to be uncomfortable. Like, I'm not saying that they're uncomfortable here, but it's a smaller place, it's a smaller area. Like, we're going from having a full range whole house to just being confined to the living room. And that really hurt me the most because those are my kids. Like, you know, I don't want them to hurt because when they hurt, I hurt. And when I hurt, they hurt. They feel when I'm upset. And for a long time, it took them a long time to, you know, get back to, for all of us to get back to just normalcy. Like, it took a while. But we're there now, and we are better. So, yeah. So the next day, my mom called him and she said, hey, can Kiara come over there and get her stuff, the remaining things that she had left over there, if you don't mind. And he listened to my mom a little bit, so he was like, yeah, cool, whatever. You know, come on, hurry up. You know, he gave her time. Like, he was like really tripping. Like, so we get over there and he was like, oh, I'm not home right now. I'm at Walmart. But if you stay there, he said, I'm pulling up. So we're like, who he pulling up with? Like, you know, we at his house waiting for the stuff. And we're like, who he pulling up with? We all thinking it's the girl that he finna pull up with. Like, she's helping him fix the damages that I, you know, made. I also forgot to mention that I broke both of the TVs that I bought. I bought 2 TVs for the house. And yes, I broke them both. So I didn't want him, because when I walked in the house, they were watching my TV with my Wi-Fi on my bed under my blankets. So yes, and I took my blankets, I took all the stuff that I could with me, because you're not gonna be living comfortable with my stuff. It's just not gonna happen. So anyway, he pull up, and it's my dad. My dad is helping him. After I had just told my dad all the stuff that had happened between me and this boy, he's still helping him. And it wasn't on like, you know, oh, that's still my daughter, I can't believe you did that, but I'm going to help you anyway because you are younger than me and I want to be an example for you type. He was doing it to make me feel a type of way, because me and my dad does not, to this day, we do not have a good relationship with each other. And I have been talking to him recently, but not recently because we don't talk no more. Only reason why I was talking to him was because of his grandkids, and that's the only reason why I was continuing to communicate with my father. Once I saw that my father was helping him fix his house up and stuff like that, I truly did not want to have anything to do with him anymore. So my mom said, Kiara, just stay in the car. Me and Kimi will grab your stuff. You stay in the car with the kids and we'll get your stuff. I think he helped, but my dad did not help them. Like, I'm like, both of these, you know, usually when men see women picking up heavy stuff, normal men help. You know, like maybe, oh, well, here, let me get, you know, it was just like they just did not help. And it was just so weird, and I was just like, this is so sad. So the whole time I'm like fuming. So anyway, yeah, we left, and that was that. So I didn't speak to him for a while after that. I don't think, like, it wasn't much communication between me and their dad after that. It was just pretty much just me trying to get my kids back to where they needed to be, getting them in school so I can get a job, so I can get myself together. And yeah, so that's what we are now. So now it's almost a year later, and I can honestly say that I am doing way better than I was last year. Last year I was at like my lowest. I was at my lowest. And I can truly say that if he had not put me at that house, if he had just continued to cheat on me and continued to treat me like dog shit on the sidewalk, I would not be where I am today if he had not put me at the house on July 18th, 2022. So, with that being said, thank you for doing that for me. I really appreciate you for helping me push me and pivot me to a different direction, because if it had not been for you, I wouldn't be where I am now, and I'm doing pretty damn good. So thank you, I appreciate it. Plus your child support is pretty good too, so that helps a lot. So if you're watching this, thank you so much. You are amazing. Keep doing great things. Well, you guys, that is my story time. If you enjoyed the story time, please like, subscribe, and turn on all post notifications so that you can be notified when I post. And when I post one of these bomb videos, because I will be doing another story time. Also, I do want to do some kind of raffle, maybe like a $25 Amazon, like a digital gift card or something. So once I get the details for that and I figure it all out, I put it on my Instagram, so be on the lookout for that. Also, do not forget to share and subscribe to my channel. Share with everybody that you know, and I really appreciate everybody who takes time out to watch my videos. It means so much to me, and I really appreciate you. So thank you, and you guys have a good night. See y'all later.